Dear viewers, Drishti IAS welcomes you to the new series of To The Point. In this series, we are going to discuss about oil bonds. First of all, let's see why is it in the news. The government has said that it cannot reduce taxes on petrol and diesel as it is bearing the burden of oil bonds launched by the UPA government. Now let's understand what is oil bond. The government issued oil bonds between 2005 and 2010. Its objective was to compensate oil marketing companies, that is OMCs, to offset losses. In fact, OMCs suffered losses because they would technically sell petrol and diesel at retail outlets at a loss. Before deregulation of fuel price, petrol, diesel, cooking gas and kerosene were sold at subsidized rates during UPA rule. Instead of paying direct subsidies to oil marketing companies from the budget, the then government issued oil bonds to oil companies in a bid to contain the fiscal deficit. These bonds were issued to OMCs instead of cash when the central government regulated petrol and diesel prices. The government fixed petrol and diesel prices to protect consumers from rising crude oil prices in the international market. For instance, previously if crude oil prices were high, oil refining and marketing companies would technically sell petrol and diesel at retail outlets at a loss. The government compensated oil companies by issuing oil bonds that they could redeem later, typically ranging 15 to 20 years. Now moving on to deregulation of oil prices. In 2010, government announced that oil bonds would be discontinued and OMCs will be paid in cash. Petrol prices in 2010, while diesel prices in 2014 were deregulated. Initially, prices changed on a fortnightly basis based on the average global crude prices. In 2017, India adopted the system of dynamic fuel pricing where the retail price of petrol and diesel fluctuate on a daily basis. Now shifting towards some other important facts. Both the central and state governments levy taxes on petroleum products. Taxes and duties account for nearly 60% of the price paid by consumers at a petrol pump. Now moving on to the practice question for today. Consider the following statements. 1. The main objective of oil bonds was to compensate oil marketing companies to offset losses. 2. In 2010, India adopted the system of dynamic fuel pricing where the retail price of petrol and diesel fluctuate on a daily basis. Which of the above statement or statements is or are incorrect? A. 1 only, B. 2 only, C. both 1 and 2, or D. neither 1 nor 2. Send the answer of this question in the comment section. Stay tuned for the next episode. Thanks for watching. Dear viewers, watch this topic in Hindi on our Drishti IAS Hindi YouTube channel.